Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you in a little video. All right, so I'm hearing that Chris Paul is a real possibility to join the Lakers. That's a little ironic on my end because I was looking at Chris Paul's contract this morning just saying how god-awful that thing is, and I can't believe it has another year on it. If Rob Pelinka were to make a trade to acquire Chris Paul, and it's not like 4 and 5 picks attached to it coming from the Warriors, he needs to be fired right away. The end. Ain't nothing else. There's not really a whole lot more to the thought than that. You take on that albatross of a contract with that old geezer of a point guard at $30 million of this upcoming season. And you're going to hear some of the worst cursing you've ever heard me say. If Chris Paul can come on a vet minimum, $2, $3, $4 million, hey, I'll sign him for that. But that contract that Mike Dinwiddie Jr. gave him, that's a poison pill. Ain't nobody in their right damn mind going to acquire that thing. He shouldn't have acquired it himself. What should have happened was the Washington Wizards should have been forced to stretch that thing. But the Wizards found a patsy in Mike Dunleavy Jr. And as a result, the Golden State Warriors were a bad team this year for their standards. And the sole reason why that was is because they had $30 million of their cap being eaten up by Chris Paul. That was why their team sucked. It was exactly why their team sucked this year. So hell no, he shouldn't be a possibility of joining the Lakers unless that contract is not attached to him and we can sign him for like $2-3 million. $3 million Chris Paul at this age, that's amazing. I'll take that. I'm going to have him as my main guy coming off the bench. He could be a 6th man of the year if he can play enough games, which you don't expect him to play more than 30 games. But if he does, he's going to give you quality possessions offensively. But to think that there would be any validity to that for which would be us acquiring his contract is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. $30 million for him to play this season. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying Chris Paul even a fraction of that to play basketball this season. There's no way in hell, man. The Lakers should not even consider taking on that contract. Not even. They should fire the person who put it out there that they should. Whoever suggested that needs to be on their way out the door. No way in hell, man. No way in hell. In other news, I'm hearing that the Orlando Magic are hoping that D'Angelo Russell declines his player option so they can sign him outright to something else. Likely with more years on the deal. It's good for him, bad for us. We need the asset, man. So this needs to be a sign and trade. We do not need him signing with the damn Magic, walking out the door without us getting something in return for him. That should not happen. Not that that's within our control anymore, because we did acquired his contract that was on a player option. So it wasn't us that signed him to that. It was actually Minnesota. And that's just part of the game that we have to play with D'Lo Russell. But that's really the news. The Orlando Magic want to add yet another guard to their situation. God knows why they think they need another guard. They got like 8 of them. 4 of which probably need to be developed, and they ain't developing them properly because they keep throwing more guards on top of them. I don't know what's going on in Orlando, but it ain't good enough. I'll tell you that. If they think D'Angelo Russell is the savior to their problems, they're gonna find out the hard way, because he can help them with their offensive issues because they do have problems scoring the ball. But as far as them taking on him for multiple years, when you got so many guards to choose from that it's not even a possibility that he could play the guard spot all the time. He might actually have to play some forward just to play for the Magic. Yeah, no, I don't know what the other Magic are thinking unless they plan on getting rid of some guards. You plan on getting rid of Markelle Fultz, or I'd imagine you ain't getting rid of Jalen Suggs. He's had a fantastic year, fantastic defensive player. But they have so many guards, man. It really doesn't make sense for them to acquire another one, especially if he's going to be making an absorbent amount of their cap. That's just, I don't see the vision there. I don't see the vision. You just drafted Anthony Black. Do you even have a path to Anthony Black playing anything other than small forward for you? You know what I'm saying? You still got, Cole Anthony. He's a fantastic player. Do you have a path to him getting anything other than bench minutes? He's way better in the role that you got him in Orlando. And you're trying to bring D'Angelo Russell to that situation too. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing. D'Lo, hear me good, bro. That's not a good situation. You're used to starting the point guard. They're going to be messing around with your minutes in some crazy ways, bro. You're not going to even play your position They're going to have you playing in all types of positions. Just to keep you on the floor to justify your contract, you're going to be playing out of position. Find another suitor, bro. You don't want to take their money. You'll sign with them. They'll realize the dynamic I'm talking about, and they're going to ship you off to Sacramento or something like that. Watch. Don't sign with them. And then they drafted not only Anthony Black last year, but what's my guy? Juwan Howard's son, Jet Howard, is up there too playing guard. We're probably gonna have to play some forward. You see how many forward guards they're gonna be forcing them to that situation? I like what the Orlando Magic have, but they can't afford to have so many guards that require to play forward, because they also got star forwards in Wagner and of course Banchero. So you're tripling and quadrupling down on guards. Then you're proceeding to not be able to play them out of position because you're going to keep your superstar forwards on the floor. So half of these dudes are going to be sitting down most of the season, waiting for somebody to roll an ankle so they can play. That is awful. That's the dynamic they had last year, and it seems like they want more guards on top of that. It's just, unless they plan on getting rid of some guards, for which, if I'm honest with you, I ain't getting rid of really any of those guys if I have any choice. But I'm certainly not adding any guards to them. Are you gonna move Cole Anthony? Hell no, I'm holding on to Cole Anthony. That dude's gonna make an all-star team before it's over. Jalen Suggs turned into one of the best on-ball defenders in basketball. One of the best guys that you can go to for hard playing hard. He's one of the best players in the league when it comes to that right now. And then you talk about Markelle Fultz, who still plays fantastic. I would never move any of these people, let alone add more guards to the situation. Hell no. Hell no. Jet Howard's gonna hit threes. One of the best connectors of long-range shots that no one knows can do that is Jet Howard. They didn't even play him last year because of this dynamic. Anthony Black is one of the best big defensive guards coming up right now. All these people need to be in different situations, and these idiots want to bring them D'Angelo Russell. On top of all of this that I just described to you, they also have Gary Harris, who's also another fantastic defensive guard. Like, they got a bunch of defensive guards. I ain't heard no rumors of them moving any of these people, but they want to add more guards to the situation. Man, Orlando, if you don't fire your GM, bro, that's all I got to say to Orlando. Don't go there, D-Lo. If you want to leave us, that's fine, bro, but do not go somewhere like that. That's a log jam, a guard hell. Don't go there. So, yeah, man, that's what I got to say about that. They're going to be stuck getting ousted in the first round every year because the best stuff they have is not going to be on the floor. That's really what it comes down to. You can get so much production out of them guards if you just shave off some of them and let pick a few of them and let them play. They all can play. Idiots. So that's what I think of the Orlando Magic. Have I heard anything else? It looks like they've interviewed 3 people, the Lakers did. One being James Borrego, Sam Cassell, and of course JJ Redick. So obviously we all expect JJ Redick to get the job. And I welcome JJ with open arms. I just think that it's an ill-advised, misguided decision that is probably prompting them to give him the job. I think he can be a good coach. I don't think this is a regular coaching position, though. And that's another thing I was listening to somebody say, what if the Lakers don't hire JJ, then he does go on to be a great coach somewhere else? I don't think that's an equivalent that you can really measure, because the Laker job is not a regular coaching job. That's the problem. I think Darvin Ham, if he would have got started with a regular coaching job, probably would have been a better job than he did with the Lakers. It was the pressure of being LeBron James and Anthony Davis coach, and then having to manage all that came with that, with injuries, that ultimately made the job so terrible for a guy like Darvin Ham. Couldn't figure it out. I don't know that JJ wouldn't do a fantastic job if he acquired a team like Sacramento, Orlando, Charlotte. He'd do a great job with a regular team, with regular players and a regular superstar. But you got LeBron James at 40 years old and Anthony Davis at 32, both wanting to play the power forward position. And a team that don't know no better than to mortgage the rest of everything they got, so they can't get enough. Nah, man, that's not a regular coaching job. You're not going to... Doing a good job here means winning a championship. Anything less than that is like you failing, and then you got to expect people are going to blame you for the shortcomings of the roster if you don't use it in some way that gets more out of it than is possible. I mean, it's just, you signed up to get blamed. This ain't a coaching job. This is a fall man job. You are being hired to be blamed for what goes wrong. That's what I'm telling JJ, man. As a Laker fan, I would advise you not take that job, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That job is bad. It's a bad job. I'm sorry. Laker fans, I hate to tell you this. I'm with you. That job is bad, man. Because LeBron James don't have enough to win a championship. It's not enough. Anthony Davis don't have enough to win a championship. So as a result, coach is getting blamed. It's not going to be a situation where he comes in and expect to do a good job or we're going to give him a handshake or nothing. Nah. We blaming you. When you don't win, we blame you. So that's, man. I like JJ a lot, man. He looks young, right? You look at JJ Redick, he looks like a young man. By the time he finishes leaving that job, he's going to have white hair, wrinkles all over his face. He's going to age like a banana messing around with this Laker job. He's going to age like a president. You know, presidents come in looking sharp and young. 4 years later, they look like old men. That is how that's going to go. Just being honest with you, I already know what's coming for JJ. I just hope he the chance of you succeeding with this damn job, slim none. And I think they setting it up for that, because you don't hire no rookie coach in this situation after the last rookie coach you hired was a failure, unless you have intentions of it likely being a failure and wanting to blame somebody other than whose fault it's going to be. That's the only reason why you would hire a guy who ain't got no experience for a win-now situation. So the blame ain't gonna be on your ass. And that is why I'm slowly but surely starting to turn on this front office. Because in listening to a podcast this morning, I'm inclined to agree with what I heard. That people are hiring people so that they don't get blamed for what goes wrong. That's the goal. Because they know they don't have enough. They know their expectations are high as hell. And so they're going to hire people that can't succeed, so that when they don't succeed, because it ain't enough any damn way, they can blame them. When we know damn well the blame goes on them for hiring that rookie coach. I don't know, man. Rob Pelinka, you're going to have to do something to make me gain your trust, man. Or vice versa. You're going to have to gain my trust back, bro. Because I'm not seeing it right now. It ain't nothing about what I'm hearing about making me feel like, oh, Rob Pelinka about to do a great job. I don't see nothing. I don't think I would define what is being rumored as something I should want. Which is what I want people to understand. I don't think we should be mortgaging any picks. I don't think we should be going after Donovan Mitchell or Trae Young in these circumstances. I don't think we should be keeping LeBron James and Anthony Davis and trying to bring them a bunch of stuff. I want my team to get picks. That's what a good job look like to me, is acquiring assets for the future. I want a 2027 pick, a 2028 pick, a 2026 pick. You start acquiring stuff like that, then I'm start thinking you're doing a good job. Make sure what's coming back has first round picks attached to it. That's what I'm talking about. If that means bringing in Chris Paul at $30 million, if it can get you 2 first round picks, fine. Send out D'Angelo Russell and bring back Chris Paul for a year at $30 million. We're going to suck this year, but we're going to have picks to show for it. That is what I'm talking about. That's the type of move that I think I can live with, because at least I know we're gaining more future assets rather than mortgaging them out. So whatever will get you more is good. Whatever's going to give you less is bad. That's literally where I'm at. And I don't think that's where the consensus is. I don't think most Laker fans or Laker brass really sees that angle. So whatever the hell y'all about to do, I ain't going to be happy with it. I don't see no path to you making me happy. Not at all. Because my ideal situation right now is to mortgage all of this. I mean, not mortgage, but turn all of this into picks, man. Everything. AD, Bron, turn them all into the first rounders for our future. Because it ain't good enough to win right now. So everything else is just people doing things backwards as far as I can tell, man. I'm not with none of it, really. I don't think we can win nothing. You can bring a player here, trade a couple picks, bring that guy there. You still ain't beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. You're not beating Boston. You probably ain't even beating Denver. Especially if you're talking about bringing in Trae Young and getting rid of a bunch of size. How you going to beat Denver that way? You're not. You definitely are not. Sacramento, are we getting over the Sacramento hump? Or are we about to lose another 4 games to them this season? Like, I don't need to see no more of this. Donovan Mitchell ain't going to save us from this. That's my problem with the Lakers. That is exactly my problem with this team. They don't have a vision that I believe in. They seem like they're doing things backwards. Let's bring this guy in because he reminds us of that guy. Let's bring that guy in because he looks like he could do it even though we don't believe he can. He has no qualifications showing us he can, but he has a face. So let's bring it in. It's like, man, if y'all don't stop doing stuff like this, our team is going to be so damn bad and people aren't going to know what hit them. People ain't going to know what hit them. You want to make me happy, and you make sure that when D'Angelo Russell ends up in Orlando, you're bringing back Cole Anthony. You're bringing back players, man, like that. That's what you need to do. Orlando and the Lakers need to make moves. If D'Lo's gonna be going there, we got to be bringing back some guards from there. Go get Cole Anthony. That's what I tell the LA Lakers. Go get Cole Anthony. That's a sweet medium for me because I think he has yet to reach his peak. Because of it, you're probably not going to pay him too much. And he's way better than we've seen him be able to show, especially last year in Orlando. He's an all-star level player who hasn't gotten a chance to show that. You need a point guard. He is one. Go get him. Go get Markelle Fultz. It's time to go get Markelle Fultz. It's just time. I know the injuries are extensive, but his talent is too. Go get him. I'm not a big fan of Jonathan Isaac, the person, but Jonathan Isaac, the player, is fantastic. Bring him in, even though I don't trust him to stay healthy either. I don't trust healthy. Probably won't stay healthy. But like, these are the type of things I want the Lakers to do. If you're not going to get picks, get me some dudes that are sitting somewhere that have yet to turn into anything. Go to Charlotte, get a couple of them guards out of there too. Charlotte got some guards. Bailey out of UCLA, he ain't going to get no minutes. As long as LaMelo Ball's out there running over kids' feet, I don't know what the hell this is not Laker related, but didn't I mention something about LaMelo Ball in that damn car? How he drove. I don't know if anybody's been paying that close attention to my channel, but a while back, I was talking about this, and LaMelo Ball they would show footage of him driving out of the arena, speeding past a bunch of fans, running red lights. And you know the Charlotte Hornets are being sued because LaMelo Ball then allegedly ran over some 11-year-old kid leg and broke his leg. LaMelo them damn cars, bro. What the hell? You getting your organization sued? I don't know, little bro. It's grow up time, fam. You are not an alien. You are a human being, and there's consequences for your actions. Dope tattoo. I love the back tattoo. I ain't hating. But damn it, fam. Didn't I tell you something about that damn car? Anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there. At any rate, go to Charlotte, get some of his backup guards out of there since they want to keep on drafting guards. It's a new era there any damn way, so they probably don't need some of what it is they're bringing there. It's all about Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and whatever they draft right now. I think that's probably where they're headed. Some of that stuff they drafted ain't going to never get no playing time, just like Orlando's guard situation. So I say go get some guards out of there if we can. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. That's where my head is. Obviously, we don't have the leverage to ask a team like OKC to give us some of them players like Aaron Wiggins. I would love to have Aaron Wiggins next season. That's a player to go get. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Find those dudes who have only been in the league for 2 years, only been in the league for 3 years, still good, but are not getting the minutes because there's guys better than them in front of them. Aaron Wiggins, perfect time to pick up Aaron Wiggins. It's the perfect time to pick him up, man. Denny Advija, another fantastic player on a fantastic contract, $15 million a year for Denny and what he's doing and what he's turning into. I wouldn't give up his contract if I'm the Washington Wizards. But if I'm everybody else in the league, I'm trying to get that contract the hell up out of Washington. And if I'm Denny, I probably wouldn't mind getting out of Washington to expedite my chances of winning basketball games. So that's a player that I'd love the Lakers to go get. All this crap about Chris Paul, I ain't nothing, man. Unless he's coming with picks, he ain't nothing to want. That contract is trash and that player is old. There ain't nothing good coming out of that. He just gonna get hurt. It's like he always do. I'm cool. He needs to go sit in the booth somewhere for real. That's what he needs to do. and stop eating up half the damn cap playing on these bad teams because his ass don't want to get back no damn money. You ain't Bron, but you old as him. Get back some of that damn money. I don't feel like being nice, man. I really don't. Not today. Not with some of the crap that I'm hearing that my Lakers are doing. Not with some of the stuff I'm seeing around the NBA. I got a bad feeling the draft ain't going to make no kind of sense. I'm just telling y'all right now, I expect some of the worst logic to be utilized in regards to this NBA draft. Because most of these players, people don't know what they can do and they don't expect much out of them. So you're going to have a situation where somebody's going to use a third pick on the 9th overall prospect. You're going to see a situation where a prospect in the 40s will probably go in the first round. You'll see. Because this is just the scenario and the environment for which that can take place. So I'm letting y'all know early, I'm expecting a lot of chaos and bad picks. Bad picks. Teams that have positions solidified, taking guys at that position early in the draft. Like, I don't know what the Houston Rockets are going to do, but I can totally see them doing something like that. Because they have every position solidified. I could totally see them taking a player that they have no business taking, not allowing him to get any minutes whatsoever because of it. What they need to do is trade picks and maybe a guy or two. Terry Eason, God knows what else would they be willing. Trade that to New Orleans and go get Brandon Ingram if you're the Houston Rockets. If you're the Utah Jazz, same thing. Take some of them picks. Take some of them players that you're not using, that you have to double and triple down on in position, and go get B.I. Get him out of New Orleans. Those are the places that can afford to pay him. He's not too old to where if you bring him to a young team, he could still be a part of a new unit. And if you want to win now, he's in an age where he should be absolutely ready to do that too. He's in that sweet medium area. So if I'm a Houston Rockets or a Utah Jazz or a Charlotte Hornets or a team in that range that could kind of get better, Orlando Magic, maybe not Orlando because they got the forwards, but that's the type of player, that is the specific player I think they need to be going after. I do think that. Brandon Ingram makes all the sense in the world for a lot of teams not named New Orleans. And since it looks like they're not going to be close to keeping him, a team like Houston has a 3rd overall pick and Dylan Brooks' garbage ass contract and a couple of young players that ain't getting no minutes, they can go get him. They can totally go get him. Pay attention to Josh Giddey. Hey, check this out. I know Josh Giddey has got some stuff attached to his name. I know he has some offensive deficiencies and stuff like that. But I don't think his stock is going to be too high right now. He's only going to get better from here. And if you need a point guard, Los Angeles Lakers, you can probably get him out of OKC this season. Now, they may not want to trade him to you necessarily. Maybe they can get a better deal for him. But I'm just saying, if you're in a situation where you can't find a damn point guard, Josh Giddey is a starting point guard who hasn't been able to play point guard in years because of everything that's going on with SGA and Jalen Williams. They just got him playing out of position. He ain't able to orchestrate like he's supposed to. He's an orchestrator. And he's a big guard who can rebound. So his stock is in the ground because of off-the-court stuff. His talent is in the air, and I know that. So if you go get him, I'm pretty damn certain that he could be an asset to your unit. Especially if you're going to lose D'Angelo Russell. Different kind of guard. Bust potential because he does have some deficiencies. But you should be able to get him at a lower price than what you'll be able to get him later on. As some years pass by, he gets back to being who he is. You're going to wish you picked him up, you bought low on him. So Josh Giddey is a buy low candidate right now. His stock goes up from here. It goes up from here. So that's somebody I got my eye on. I don't think he's going to be a Thunder much longer. So yeah, man, these are the type of things I'm thinking about. Salute the Kobe minute, man. You know, obviously the game is tonight, the Celtics and the Pacers. I think that game, if I'm certain that game starts at 5 o'clock. It should be about 5 o'clock right now. So I'd love to see the Pacers win that series. I did make a prediction on that series. You guys can go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. It's sitting there waiting for you. And I've yet to do one for the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. I ain't done that yet, but it will be done, if not tonight, tomorrow mornings for sure. So that's how that's going to go. And what else, man? What else is there? I don't know, man. I just don't want the Lakers to do anything that I wouldn't be able to live with. I can live with signing on for JJ Redick. I think that could be a bit funny. If it fails, it can be kind of funny because everybody expects it to fail. And if it succeeds, then it could be great because he is a smart basketball mind. And I like the idea of having him as a part of our organization, especially if we get in on the ground floor and he is as good as people hope he's going to be. Then we lucked out and got one of the best coaches. So I don't think it's bad to gamble in that regard. I just don't like the environment from which we are forced to hire him. If we had a different team without these stars, I wouldn't mind taking a look at a coach like that who hasn't gotten so much experience, but you do have evidence of him being exceptionally intelligent on the basketball court and with X's and O's. I think that if we had a nice young team, just like we hired Luke Walton, I would kind of treat it like that. You know what I mean? Definitely. There's no way JJ does a worse job than Darvin Ham. I'm going to put that out there. There's no way. There's no way he does a worse job than Darvin Ham. I'm just going to put that out there. Whatever he about to do is definitely going to be better than that. I bet the farm on that. So I don't want people to think that I'm expecting us to pick up a coach that's worse than Darvin. It ain't happening. JJ's already proven to me, just from listening to him talk, that he a better coach than Darvin Ham. I just put that out there. Better than Luke too. So whatever he is, he ain't gonna be the worst coach we ever picked up. Whatever he do, he ain't gonna be the worst. I guarantee you that. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna be great or good. It just means that the bar is extremely low, like in hell, basically. You know, there's times where I wake up in the morning and I think that Darvin Ham is still our coach. Like, it was a couple mornings ago where I was thinking about, man, no, we don't. And like, the thought didn't even finish. I'm like, we got to manage Darvin. No, we don't. Like that. He really left a tick with me. Like, you know, a person has a tick like, damn, like, they got hit in the head and now you're always wondering if something's falling from the sky. Like, that's what that is with me when it comes to Darvin Ham. He did such a poor job that it really got to me, man. But I'm on the mindset that, you know, he was bad. Luke was bad. I don't like Vogel. Vogel was terrible. His rotations were terrible. So it was like we ain't really had a good coach in a long time. And I'm just hopeful that if they do bring in JJ Redick, he can be exceptionally better than those guys. Have some common sense about his rotations. Call timeouts when they're supposed to be called. I think that's a special deficiency for Darvin Ham. I don't think you could find somebody who's going to have a worse time calling timeouts than he did. I just think he was especially bad at it. Like abnormally bad, to be honest with you. Like abnormally bad. Because you can have a 5-year-old that's going to stall a timeout when he starts losing. You understand what I'm saying? A 10-year-old with a controller in his hand knows when the score is going out of control. He wants to win, so he's going to stop this. He's going to put an end to it. Darvin Ham would just watch something just go bad and stay bad and be bad. And it's like, where are your instincts and your fear for losing? Where's your pride in not letting somebody pummel you to death? Like, I just think that he was especially deficient in that particular area. I don't think the average fan is going to have a bad time as calling timeouts as he did. I think you can find people off the street that are going to call timeouts when the score gets out of whack, fam. He was just especially bad at it. So, when we talk about can coaches do a good job calling timeouts, I don't think there's a coach that can do a worse job calling timeouts. I don't think you're going to find one. So that's not something I'm particularly worried about, to be honest with you. But anyway, I've run out of time to talk. I appreciate everybody for watching BDF 44, and I'm out.